Hey, what's up? What's going on? It's your girl, Mary Jane. Please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So let's talk. The Challenge, Dirty 30, Season 30, Episode 12, Boxed In. Oh boy, what an episode. But let's talk about Nelson. Nelson getting sent home. You know, he hit Derek, which was wrong. He shouldn't have hit him. But to see how, Hunter apologized like in the beginning of the episode, talking about that he's sorry that he got Nelson. He helped in the progress of Nelson being sent home by aggravating him, by getting him all riled up, and he feels bad about that situation. So, in my last video I did kind of like assume or whatever. I'm still assuming, but I just hope it wasn't a setup to get Nelson upset and angry to get kicked out the house, because he almost fought one other time this season, and then Derek is standing right outside his door with Carmilla, and then Hunter goes right in, gets him aggravated. Derek says one word, and then like to find out who Nelson's talking about, then Nelson goes off. Hunter's sitting there smirking, laughing, like not doing anything, like numb, but just making faces. So I just hope they didn't set Nelson up to go home and was banana behind it. So anyways, let's keep going. And let's get to, we're at the, they're inside the foyer of the house. TJ comes in and he tells the guys that, hey, Nelson's not going to be here, so you guys got to put 2 people up for elimination, and everybody votes for Dario except for Hunter. And all the girls, they vote for Veronica. Veronica goes in, and Kayla said the reason why she picked Veronica because she heard that she was this, she was that, she was a badass, she wants to see it now. So okay. But it seems like Veronica and Kayla might become friends, who knows, and it seems like they might. And you have, what's his name, CT, being all arrogant and says, oh, Veronica, you got to go in because nobody wants you around. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you in the house, which was very rude and mean that he said to her. But we know we're seeing some of CT old ways coming back in. But now I bet he want to bite them words because what's her name? Veronica has the power now. She has the power. And so... and it was funny how Hunter voted for a female. He didn't vote for Veronica because he said he likes Veronica, but he did vote for Jimmy. And I wonder if he voted for Jimmy because, in the last episode, CT was saying that, the 2 girls, the worthless girls here are Jimmy and Veronica, because he said that they're dead weight, they haven't been doing nothing. He also said Dario was like, he's been sleeping the whole time he's been here, he's been laying around, so it was time for them to go when CT was talking to his other teammates. But he did also tell Hunter that. And also Kayla said that for a female, she wanted to keep Jimmy. So did Hunter vote for Jimmy? Vote for Jimmy because CT said that, she's lazy or whatever. So he's still kind of appeasing CT by voting for Jimmy. So I wonder what's up with that. And did Hunter vote for Jimmy also because Kayla wanted, Jimmy to stay around? And it's crazy how Jimmy's gunning for Kayla, but Kayla actually, was trying to stick up for him. Was like, what, I don't even want, I'd rather have Anissa gone and Veronica gone. But she didn't. But she said Jimmy could stay. Like, she don't fear Jimmy or whatever. No. Kayla said that she wanted Anissa gone and she wanted Brett gone in the last episode. So I thought that was kind of like, okay. And so CT really, really put his foot in his mouth when he went after Veronica, and that was just crazy. And they said they want to see Dario do some work because he's been sleeping. He's been laying around. He hasn't been doing much. And then Dario agrees. Why you agree is like, Dario should have chose. He should have been on Corey's side, Nelson's side, and been with the other guys, because now he's realizing he really doesn't have an alliance with these guys at all. Even Jordan's realizing he really doesn't have an alliance with these guys, and so does Derek. Derek realized he really doesn't have a tight alliance with anyone either. So, because now they're gonna have to start breaking up. Because the new guys are getting eliminated quickly and fast, so now they have to plan wisely who they eliminate now. So we'll see how it goes down. And it was like, oh my goodness. And then it was just like, yo, Hunter just apologizing like that was just like, come on, you're a grown man. It's just like, I don't know. It seems like Hunter is falling under CT. It seems like he's finding a new friend with CT. You know what I mean? And I wonder, was he ever really Nelson and Corey's friends? Really? So, moving on from that, you know, the girls are all talking or whatever. Veronica, she's all nervous, and Veronica was like, I'll go against Brett. I don't have no alliance with Brett. She ain't my girl like that, so I would feel comfortable going against Brett or whatever. And and now, her and Britt are cool now. And now now in this episode, Veronica said that about, Britt earlier in the episode, but towards the end of the episode, now her and Britt are best friends. They're drinking together. She's saying that, that they're friends, like they're one team and then there's the other team. It was like, Veronica, make up your mind, because right now you seem very fugazi. But you know what? You're a vet for a reason. And so now we get to Jenna's talking or whatever. Jenna's talking with her girl. She's talking to Brett. She's talking to Brett. She's talking to who else? Carmilla wasn't there, I don't believe, but Jenna was talking about Tony, talking about how Tony is so naive and Tony is just so dumb. Like he's like the bitch of the group. The guys just like pick on him. He's like the girl of the group or whatever. And he was like, these guys could kill his dog or do something to him, and then the next day he'll be back there best friends or whatever. So she's just saying that Tony's naive, and she told Britt that, and she told Kayla was there when she said it, and I believe Tori was there too as well, or maybe not. But I was like, okay, she's calling Tony like it is. And so we get to the double cross, and it's time for them to all go into it. It's time for them to go into the Presidio. And who needs partners? Who needs partners is Dario and Veronica. They both need partners to go into the Presidio. And so now you get the double cross, and guess who picks the double cross? None other than Jordan. He picks the double cross, and he throws Tony in, because it was a plan with him and the other vets to throw Tony under the bus. And even, what's his name? Bananas was like, you know what? My alliance only goes so far with Tony. He's ready to throw Tony under the bus quick, fast, in a hurry. And so is Jordan. Jordan's ready to throw Tony under the bus. But it seems like things have just gonna change at the end. So Tony picks, the double X, the double cross, and he throws, Tony in. And it's like, wow. And, Tori, she returns the favor back to Aneesa, and she throws Aneesa in. And Aneesa's talking about, oh my God, my worst nightmare could be me going up against Veronica. Well, you know what? If you would have picked Veronica from Jump Street as a team captain, you wouldn't have been going against her. But you know what? It really doesn't matter, because Veronica was never your friend, because she's bogus. She's real bogus. And so I'm not even mad at you no more, Aneesa, for not picking Veronica, because she's two-faced. So now we get to the Presidio, and we have Tony, Dario, and Aneesa And Veronica, they're going into Presidio. It's called the Web of Lies. It's crazy. They have to go through this big thing that's full of webs, ropes, and they have to go all the way down to the bottom, get a flag, climb all the way back up to the top, hook the flag up, and then whoever puts their flag down first is the winner. And, you know, freaking Aneesa, she just didn't do so well at all. She got stuck. She was stuck in there. Veronica was halfway up. She finally got loose, got the flag, but it was too late. Veronica won. She took it. That was just how it was. You know, and Leroy is like, you know, Dario and Tony says both they complain about each other, calling both of each other lazy and worthless and whatever. So let's see who wins. And you know, CT says only way Dario wins if it's a sleeping challenge. They're just throwing eggs. And you know, Banana says so much stuff, and Banana's playing it close and tight. He's letting everybody think that he's cool with them, but now they're realizing he ain't really cool with them. And so Tony beats Dario. Dario couldn't pull it off. I thought Dario was gonna win. I thought Dario was really gonna win, but he didn't. And Tony surprised me, and he did win. So Tony won. He won, and he lifted up Dario and pulled him out the web of rope and stuff. So Tony's feeling good, but Tony also realized that he got no friends in his house. He realized that, you know, who's really loyal to him. So now, you know, Hunter is probably about to gain some friends. He's probably about to gain, you know, Jordan as a friend, maybe. He's probably about to gain Tony as a friend, and he's probably going to gain Derek as a friend as well. And he possibly could. And it seems like Britt is going to be gaining some new friends as well. And Jimmy's going to be... I wonder who Jimmy's going to be aligned with. But anyways, let me just keep going. So, because Jimmy is cool with Britt, and she's cool with Veronica, but Veronica can't be trusted. And Jimmy knows that, I believe that she knows Veronica can't be trusted. So I think Jimmy and Tori and Britt should hook up. And they might get Kayla as an alliance, which will be attached to, you know, Jenna. So we'll see what happens. And they tell, you know, Aneesa and Dario that they're going to the redemption house, so they have a chance to come back in the house. So everybody's like, oh man, once you get home, you keep coming back. And everyone's not feeling that. Everyone's not feeling everybody coming back. But at least it gives Aneesa another chance to try to get back into the house. It's just that she makes a lot of bad moves. And she does have a lot of people against her. She really does. You know, and so after that's over, it's just like, oh man, I just can't believe Aneesa got beat by Veronica. Aneesa should have had that challenge, but you know, Veronica said that she is a lot smaller. She can fit through the ins and outs of the areas, and she showed it. And everybody was surprised to see, you know, Veronica win, but Veronica actually won, and Tony is feeling nervous, and Jordan's feeling nervous too. Jordan feels like he has to change up too as well. And Derek, he's feeling like he needs to change up. We haven't heard anything from Leroy, so I don't know if Leroy is really tight with Bananas and CT, if that's a secret little team going on, or does CT and Bananas have a little team going on? We'll see. We'll see. So, anyways, so moving on from that, so Aneesa's back into the redemption house. So Dario and Aneesa in a redemption house. Oh goodness, Dario looked like he was defeated. He looked like, man, this game done caught up to him. He got nervous. He thought he had allies, and he really doesn't have allies at all. And Aneesa thought she had some allies, but she really didn't have any allies, because the way, you know, the girls were talking about her, she has no friends in the house. I mean, no allies to, you know, if they get to double cross, not to pick her or not to vote her in. She don't have any allies on that level. So, oh my goodness, I don't know if Aneesa's gonna have the energy to come back in the house. And Aneesa was like, you know, when she was going against Veronica, like, I couldn't really put my all into it because I was going to get somebody I care about. Well, once you see this show, you're not going to care about Veronica and Timur, not at all. Once you're already seeing it, so I know you don't care about her at this point right now. I know you're too through. If not, you're another Tony then. And when Jenna called Tony out, like, yo, I couldn't believe how Jenna just was like, yeah, that's what it is. So Hunter right now is not looking like the bad guy anymore. He's flying under the radar this episode, but also because he did win. And it'll be a waste of time to, vanish him to the redemption house right now. Like everyone says, time to take out the big cats, get them in there. So there we go with that situation. And so Tony and Hunter, they have a conversation and they talk, and Hunter and Tony are talking, and they're just talking like Hunter realized, hoping that, Tony realized that he really doesn't have any alliance and he should have been on their side the whole time. But see, they were beefing with each other from the last season. Tony, Nelson, and Corey and Dario, they should have been together. They should have stuck together as a team to try to get some of the, vets out, or make it even much of a difficult challenge for them, because basically the vets, all they did was pick off the new guys one by one. But Dario, he was a vet, but he just got the short end of the stick this season, and we don't even know if he was set up. But that's what the young cats should have did. That's what the young dudes should have did together, but they didn't. So anyways, we get back to, they get back to the house, and then, Veronica, she's sitting there, she's talking to Brittany, and she's talking to Gemma. And she's talking to Gemma, and she's telling them that, she thinks that Aneesa ruined her chances in the house. Nobody in this house likes her. And I think she messed up me. She messed up my reputation, me messing around with her or whatever, and her clinging to me. She's so aggressive. And she was like, oh my God. She was just like really dissing Aneesa, acting like she cared for Aneesa. Aneesa was her friend. But as quick as she could throw Aneesa under the bus, it was just like crazy how she just threw her under the bus and was like, she was so aggressive. She's so clingy. She kind of like ruined my name in this game. She kind of ruined the game for me. Like, you made your own choices as well. It's so terrible when people do things that they regret, but they blame the other person, but they don't take into account that they was part of the situation, take their own responsibility. And that's what Veronica is. Veronica's the type of girl that would press charges against you when you're innocent, just because she feels like, she don't want to be judged, or she wants to fit in, or she's just grimy like that. She just talks like that, because it's just so crazy for her to say that about Aneesa, and knowing that she known Aneesa for a long time. And then, Gemma was like, well, Aneesa got everything that she was supposed to get. You sent her in there. She's back in the redemption house. Gemma, I thought you was cool with Aneesa too. Britt didn't say anything about Aneesa. The only thing Britt said was just like, yo, every time I'm with the other girls, like, Kayla and, Jenna, I think I lose a brain cell or whatever when I share a room with them. And I don't think she should have said anything, because Veronica's very two-faced and she might go back and tell what you said. So we'll see if that happens. Because now Veronica's cool. Well, we'll see. And so I was just like, yo, Veronica really threw Aneesa under the bus like it was nobody's business. So, but Tony also realized that it wasn't just, Jordan. It was a collective decision that his other teammates are supposed to be his boys made to throw him under the bus. Like, he's really last on their list of he's up next, And so it looks bad for him, and he understands. So he makes a deal with Hunter, telling Hunter that I won't say your name if you don't say my name. So let's see how true Tony's word is going to be, and let's see if Tony really learned from that his friends, that he really think of his friends are not his friends, because he said, oh, he's not going to hold it against Jordan, he's not going to be mad at Jordan at all or whatever, he's just going to let it go. And he blamed himself. It goes, it's my fault, I messed up. So Jenna really called Tony, like if they do something wrong to him, he would say somehow it's his fault or whatever. And so we'll see what happens. And so then we get Carmela. Carmela, she goes into the bedroom of Kayla and Jenna. She's trying to punk them, telling them, hey, listen, Carla Marie came to you, I'm coming to you. You got to make sure you got our back, you got our side, so we can be in this together to the end, because that's the point. And she was like, I felt nervous because you two have an alliance to each other, and you'll put me in first before you put her in, vice versa. So she was just like, yo, so we got an alliance, right? We cool, we got this, we're gonna get the other girls out basically, and then at the end we'll start going against each other. Because the Carmela was like, because you know what, if I want, I could split you guys up, because everybody wanted you guys to split up, have you two split up, just like the same thing Carla Marie said to Kayla in the last episode about all the girls want to split you guys up. So we'll see what happens. And we'll see if Kayla and Jenna actually double cross, two-faced, low down, dirty, Carmela, and and what's her name, Carla Marie, if they go after them two, like on the low, and team up with Veronica and Brett, or Brett and Jimmy. We'll see. But Jimmy doesn't like Kayla, and Kayla did try to save her. So it's just like, wow, if you guys only knew $1 million on the line, you wouldn't trust none of these lying son of a guns. So, and Banana's making all types of deals. We just don't see him yet, or he already planned it out before he got here, because he's being on the low with his plans of who he's gonna try to pick out. And I wonder if CT is gonna have Hunter doing his dirty work, because Hunter quickly threw Gemma's name in there because CT called her name. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Hunter just really disappointed me, but not really. So Kayla and what is her name? Kayla and Jenna are just like, yo, they was like, you know what? As soon as they get a chance, they're gonna try to get us. So they want to screw them before they want to screw Carmela and Carla Marie before they screw them. And Kayla really don't trust them at all. And Jenna was like, yeah, we can't be nice, because, and if you trust people, you end up getting screwed over, because Jenna has seen it done plenty of times, over and over and over. And Jenna is a good player too, and she was like, well, we're gonna have to switch up our game, we're gonna have to change up how we play. And Jenna really means that, but I don't know how it's going to play out. But I also got to tell you guys that I was on this website, this blog site or whatever, I can't remember the name of it, but it says that Jordan knows the code for picking the double cross, because they said on the blog that what happens is, wherever you come in at, or wherever your opponent comes in at, like say whatever place that you came in at, that's supposed to be where the double X is at, or an order of how people play, like first, second, third, fourth, or where the person's standing. So in the order of the elimination, of how people lost in order, you're supposed to pick the double X. I don't know how true that is, or is it vice versa of how it's supposed to go. When it comes up to, when it's your turn to pick the X, you pick it in the order where you lost from. That's what people say. So I don't know if that's true or not. So anyways, moving on from that, it's just like, yo, the redemption house is there, it's open, everybody knows about it. And so we'll see these guys pick we'll see these guys go in. And but also, you know, Jimmy says something really important too as well. She goes, everybody needs to start playing the game differently, because now we know there's a redemption house. TJ said there is a redemption house, so that means the best thing to do is to send all the strongest players into the redemption house, and only one of them will come back, because you know only one person can come back. So if you get all the strong players in there, out of all the strong players, only one can come back. So Jimmy was like, things gonna have to change. You're gonna have to play the game very differently, and we'll see what happens. And we know the guys already heaved to that message, especially Jordan and Tony. And also CT and Leroy and Bananas, they heave to that message. Well, it makes sense to send people to the redemption house, because only one of them can come back now. And they all understand that, I believe. So we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, we will see what happens. And so now we get to, now it's time for the next challenge. And the next challenge is called the Blackout. And you know, there's 3 teams. There's a green team, there's a blue team, there's a pink team. On the green team, it's Kayla, it's Veronica, it's Brett, it's Tony, and it's Jordan. On the blue team, it's Jenna, it's Carla Marie, it's Jimmy, Hunter, and you know, Bananas. And then on the pink team, it's Tori, Carmilla, Derek, CT, and Leroy. And basically, it's called the Blackout. They get inside this little small box thing. It's tinted. They got to scratch all this paint off. The paint's supposed to be really thick. And they have to get the numbers off the windows that they scratch. It's really dark in there. It's hot in there too as well. And so as they're scratching the numbers off, they have to unlock a padlock. And once they unlock that padlock with the numbers they get from scratching it off the window, what happens is they get the sledgehammer or the pickaxe, and they bust open the window, and then they have to put a puzzle together. And so Jordan's bleeding, Hunter is bleeding. I guess they were scratching their fingernails off. And then, you know, Banana said this is some type of torture, this is awful. And so the green team wins thanks to Veronica. Veronica pulls it through for the puzzle for the green team, and the green team wins. And CT and Carmella, all they did was argue. They didn't get things done. Tony did not help the green team at all. He was just lost, looking around, looking crazy. And then you have the blue team, they I don't know what they was doing over there. Bananas was so frustrated. He didn't know what to do. He couldn't get it together. Colin Reed couldn't get it together. Jenna couldn't get it together. Jimmy couldn't get it together. I don't know what Leroy's doing. I don't know what Derek was doing. They looked like they were all lost. It just looked at that like it was Camilla and the CT show on the pink team. So the green team, they did it. They did it because Veronica knew puzzles. So Veronica's pretty smart, huh? But she's really shysty. So now what happens is whoever wins, they get to send somebody to the Presidio. And then also that they get to send somebody directly to the redemption house. So this is one of the most important things to win, because you have double the power. And CT's really pissed about that. Banana's pissed about it. They're pissed about that. Jordan and, you know, Tony are happy. The girls are happy, and they want to make big moves. They want to send vets home. They want to send big people home. So who do you think the green team is going to send home? Send to the Presidio, right to the Presidio house. Are they going to send Johnny Bananas, or are they going to send CT? That makes sense to send one of them. Derek thinks it's him. I don't think it's Derek, because I think Jordan think he'll have a better alliance with Derek than he would with Bananas. But he's been cool with Bananas so far. So Kayla and Veronica and Brett, we know Brett and Brittany and, you know, Veronica was talking about Kayla and Jenna splitting them up, but they know with Kayla on the team that she's not gonna send Jenna. She's not gonna be cool with sending Jenna to the, you know, redemption house or to the Presidio. So it has to be between Carmilla and Carla Marie. That would be them are, to me, them are the smart choices. Send them there, then they come back, just like, I think Jordan said this, keep in mind that, or it was either Jordan or Banana said this, keep in mind, the person you send to the redemption house, that you only have to face them once if they come back. But if you send them to the Presidio, they can come right back, and you got to compete with them right away again. So we'll see what happens. So what do you guys think? Tell me your opinions. Tell me your thoughts. I think this was a good episode to show a lot of people's true colors, where people have alliances at. And it seems like CT is really running the show. He's running the show with the girl, especially not running the show, but right now he's not running the show. But he was running it last episode. He was running it, but not now, because when they had that little meeting, that little elimination meeting, he was calling the shots, and Camilla was following, because Camilla doesn't want to go against CT again, because when she went against CT and Bananas and Derek, when she didn't vote for Corey, they got upset and they kind of got mad at her or whatever. So it seems like she's following their lead, but she's also battling them, because she battled CT when it was putting the puzzle together. So anyways, what do you guys think about the episode? Tell me. I want to know your thoughts. Who are you rooting for? Who do you want to win? Who do you think is going to get screwed over? Who do you think is going to get played? Peace. I'm out.